Do we have like any cool new music?
We'll put it in post.
Ah, sweet. All right, when this comes in, there's going to be some rad new music for a new segment called Facts Are Your Friends. This comes from my good friend and really one of my most important mentors in my life, Dr. Andy Young. He was a psychology professor of mine, but he's also just someone who's helped me walk through a lot in life, and he trained me on crisis response. He's the one who let me tag along for years with him and his incredible team until he finally asked me I could be on the team, let me join the team after I hassled him about it. But one of the most common things he would say and remind us over and over when we would go into situations where we were doing death notifications, where we were seeing the worst of the worst and sitting with people who have just experienced their lives implode, was facts of your friends. Facts of your friends. And so in this segment, it's going to be a new segment that we're going to start doing. These are simple conversations about complex ideas. What's this diagnosis? Like earlier on in this show, somebody called about oppositional defiant disorder, right? So we'll have different things about diagnostics, different things about, hey, in this movie it said that. So it's going to be simple conversations about pretty complex things. All right? And so today, for the first inaugural Facts of Your Friends, man, I'm crushing it, huh? We're going to be talking about narcissism. Narcissist. That guy's a narcissist. Oh my gosh, she's such a narcissist. My mother-in-law is a narcissist. The number of emails Kelly gets about somebody's mother-in-law being a narcissist or somebody's dad being a narcissist. And then most recently, is Putin a narcissist? The leader of Russia. Is he a narcissist? Hey, is he a narcissist? Is he So, let's take a step back and look at what narcissist is, and then we're going to get to, is Putin a narcissist? How about that? So, narcissist is one of those terms that's thrown around all over the place, super quick to throw this label on just about everything. Jerk, narcissist. Somebody says something we don't like, narcissist. Somebody calls and is like, well, come on, narcissist. We just throw it around. So, let's step back and look at what actually narcissistic personality disorder actually is. It's important to know when you're dealing with a narcissist, their life is about them, not you, okay? So clinically, narcissistic personality disorder means someone has an inflated sense of importance, a need for admiration, a lack of empathy, a sense of entitlement at a pathological level, okay? Here's some common traits. Exaggerated sense of self-importance, constant, excessive need for admiration, fantasies of success and power and brilliance, beauty. This sounds like James. Monopolizing conversations and inability to recognize the feelings and needs of others. The DSM, boy, that's my favorite book. Pervasive pattern of grandiosity, a need for admiration, right? Believes they are special, requires excessive admiration. My friend, Dr. Cloud, Henry Cloud, talks a lot about narcissists. He suggests that they have this inflated sense of self-worth, and people are always looking to feel better. And so they get they get what they want at dinner, and they need to feel better again. And then they send the food back at the dinner table. They're not going to give me crap like this. And then they need to feel better. And so then they take it out on you. And then I'm not driving that car. You drive it. And it's this constant need to get better. And it crushes people, and it drains them, and it leaves everybody around them thinking there's something wrong with them. It's gaslighting. You end up feeling like you're not good enough, right? So at the core fundamental level, a narcissist uses manipulation and psychological control to get what they want. They live in a world of denial and fantasy to avoid reality. This is an emotionally stunted person, somebody who stopped developing. I like to say it's the inner 7-year-old. They spit on things. They hit things. They lash out at things. They fantasize about Star Wars and dragons and, being a rock star and having a certain body. They're stuck at 7-year-old level, like my daughter, okay? They may treat people bad, but their lives aren't about other people. It's about them. They are the focus of their world. Others are just fuel for that engine, okay? So here's a few important notes. Narcissists rarely seek help unless something important to them is at stake, and even then it's rare. Also, not all people with narcissistic personality disorder bang drums all day. They're not all loud and brash and outwardly confident and socially charming. Some are shy, hypersensitive, very thin skin, very fragile, and they will drag you down underwater gently. You don't even know it until suddenly you're gasping for air. Some come in loud and that's the one on TV, right? The one that many of us deal with is the one that's slowly underwater, right? Now, most people are not narcissists. Most people are jerks or morons, are kind of an idiot. That guy is just a jerk. Or some people have just had things given to them for long enough that they don't have a psychology, they don't have a operator's manual for, y'all are coming home for Thanksgiving. Y'all going to be here at 2, right? Because we're going to eat at 3, so y'all need to be here by 2. Hey, Mom, we're not going to come home for Thanksgiving this year. Actually, we're going to get a cabin out in the woods and just go stay there because it's going to be better for all of our souls. And then Mom doesn't have an operator's manual for that. And so we're going to teach her, and we're going to lean into that. All of us can be self-absorbed sometimes. All of us can be selfish sometimes. That's part of being human. If you're not worried, if you're worried that you're a narcissist, you're probably not. That's one of the core functions. If you think someone close to you is a narcissist, pay attention to how you feel in their presence. Pay attention to how they treat you and others. And this is, as we get into like the Putin discussion, just stop saying narcissist. Just stop with the diagnostic. It's an easier way to live. That diagnostic, I believe, is for psychologists and psychiatrists and some counselors and some family therapists, but it's overused and it's not always helpful. It is helpful when you're teaching somebody, hey, this is them doing something to you. You're being gaslighted. You're allowed to set boundaries. I like to serve people by working at what talking to them, not about others. So sometimes it's important to point out what other people are doing to you and to say like, hey, that's not normal. That's not okay. Or that guy's abusive. Or that guy. The diagnostic stuff, I just leave off. I just leave it off. Here's why. You deserve boundaries. You deserve to have your needs met. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to not be abused. You deserve to not find yourself being dragged underwater. So when people say, is Putin a narcissist? I'm not going to give that credence. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. And that diagnostic label doesn't help anybody. You got a guy that appears to have invaded a sovereign country and is trying to take it over. And if he can't take it over, he is going to just blow it all up. And he's going to take out women and children and soldiers and babies and infrastructure and monuments, all of it. It's going to burn all to the ground. And so I am going to deal with that reality. I don't care what the diagnostic is. Diagnostics can be helpful, but they can also be used to blame. They can also be used to excuse. So I'm always going to look at behavior, right? So going back to, if you think someone's a narcissist, what do? How does your body feel when you're around them? Do you get that feeling in your guts like, this is not going to, then don't go. That's on you to set a boundary. Focus on what you can control. Don't diagnose people. Just stop diagnosing people. Focus on what you can control. And especially, kill this fantasy. You can't change other people, period. You can't. You can change you. You can't change your coworkers. You can't change your office mates. I guess office mates and coworkers are the same thing. You can't change any of this stuff except for you.